going on, Tyler?
What's up, Ray? How are
Good to
you?
see you, man.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I was telling a guy I coach volleyball with. He actually coached the golf team as well. So I was like, "Hey, I got a
Nice.
golfer coming on." So he's like, "We're on Twitter, like sending it out to the golf team, saying, hey, come join in tonight." So
Very nice.
should be good. But yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate you for joining. So we'll get started,
absolutely.
man. My
Yeah.
name's Tyler Milbert. I'm here with Damon Salo, and this is Inside the Mind of an Athlete. All right, Damon, take me back to just a kid growing up. You played several sports. What kind of got you into golf at a young age?
I was introduced probably around, 12, 13 years old, and my parents would drop us off at the golf course and we just spend all day there. Loved baseball growing up, honestly. I thought that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And I just fell in love with golf and I started playing competitively at a young age and then started getting pretty good. Then I started, making a lot of national tournaments, and my parents traveled everywhere with me. So
yeah,
it was a lot of fun right from the start.
yeah. And so, how is it fun? I know. So you joined at a decent age.
Yeah.
Because I was actually talking to a guy today, like about golf, kind of just letting him know like what I'm doing tonight, speaking with you, and I feel like for kids kind of to get into golf, it's so hard because you got these courses are 7,000 yards. It's not it when you're taking 20 hacks to get to the green as a kid. I don't know how that's fun. So, how do you think as a younger kid getting into golf, like what's the mindset they should have?
You got to keep it fun. That's the thing. Like people can get worn out pretty easily practicing and stuff. It takes a lot to just hit balls in the range, but you got to play games and constantly like try, compete against your friends or something. Like you got to keep it fun. Keep it just simple and try not to get too frustrated because it's gonna take a while to get like really good, and it takes a lot of practice. But
Yeah,
keeping the game fun, that's the most important thing for golf, especially.
for sure. What do you think is the hardest part of golf? Is it keeping a drive straight? Is it getting your chips to get as close as you can to the pin, getting the sand trap down, or just overall
Hmm.
putting?
I would say the toughest part of the game is mentally. It's
Okay.
all mental. It's something that like people will go to sports psychologists for a lot of golfers go to sports psychologists and they read books on sports psychology and like it takes a lot because you're mentally just focused on one shot at a time, and it's you're out there for 4.5 hours if you're playing a full 18. So
Yeah.
being mentally tough is it's the main game. It's tough hitting tight tee shots or certain putts, but mentally, if you have a good mental game, you can get through a lot. You can get through a
Right.
lot of practicing. You can get through a lot of tournaments. You can get through, all the tough spots in golf.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, for me, I'll go out there, I'll shank a tee shot, I'll get so mad at myself. But like my second ball, if I put it on the green, I'm still in great shape. So why'd I just get all butt hurt about the drive?
Yeah.
So I can definitely see where the mental part of the game is huge, for sure. Um, so your high school career is a little different because you were homeschooled.
Yep.
Um, do you think that helped a lot, being homeschooled with the golf because you'd finish school at whatever time and then you'd go straight to the course?
Yeah, it would help too because like I would take a little more vacation days, and I traveled a few more tournaments throughout the winter, and that definitely helped. And if I really was dedicated to get my work done, I could be like, hey, let's get this work done, then I go to the course or something. So
Right.
it definitely did help. Um, yeah, for tournament wise, getting spending more time with the course, you know, and yeah, it was really really good for me.
Yeah. So in high school, Messina had a great golf team.
Hmm.
With you, your brother, you got Martels, the
Hmm.
Halumbos. Um, how does high school golf work when they're keeping scores?
So you play with they change it. They've changed it a few times throughout the years, but you play with 5 to 7 guys, and they take the top 3 or 4 scores. I don't know what it is at now, but yeah, it's just you have to do your part by just shooting a good number, and hopefully your whole team shoots good numbers.
Right.
And we just dominated. Like we all like even at our like kind of our like our worst, we're still better than a lot of teams. And
Yeah.
when we played well, we weren't going to get beat. And
Right.
it was we had that kind of swagger going to tournaments. Like me, Mikey, Cameron, Trayton, James Kinnan. We had a lot of good players, and we knew before every tournament we were going to go win. Like,
Yeah.
and it was fun but we all grew up playing together, so we all knew, how to practice with each other and
Right.
gel together. So.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, obviously, playing your own ball is gonna help you as a golfer individually. But do you
Mhm.
think playing like a scramble kind of helps your game as well, or
Um, that's more of like a relaxed kind of format, but I mean that helps with a lot of beginners. A lot of beginners are intimidated by playing in a tournament,
right?
but playing in a scramble, like it's pressure's off. Like you're playing with a team, and you pick the best shot you hit. So like scrambles, it's more of like a loosey goosey, grip and rip kind of tournament, and
Yeah.
it's definitely fun. Like that's why there's like a lot of charity events for in the pros. Like they'll do like a best ball with a celebrity and all those kind of tournaments. It's just like a relaxed, not stressful tournament, and because it's a full tournament, 4 rounds is a grind.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So back in high school, how do they do like the individual awards?
Individuals, they did like you had to qualify. The first round was team, and you had to qualify for the individual title. So they did 18 for the team and 18 for the individual, and that usually won whatever who was the lowest combined for 2 rounds won. Then
Okay.
they had a New England's high school tournament at Brentwood and Keene, and I ended up winning that my junior year, I believe. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was such a cool tournament to win for
And
sure.
that's out of all the top New England golfers, right, for high school.
Yep, yep.
So how
So that was a lot
many
of fun.
how many or I guess what's your high school accomplishments for golf?
Um, just so many low rounds and so many wins. My dad, when he coached, he did like so many like he'd give a birdie pin away for each birdie, so my bag was just filled. So it
Believe
was it
it.
was fun. Yeah, high school
Uh,
was a great time.
yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Like you guys, there's banners all over the walls for you guys, and you
Yeah,
guys were just phenomenal athletes as a team. And just because you guys all, like you said, you grew up together, you all gel very well together, um,
yeah,
and that kind of helps make the game fun in itself, you know.
yeah,
So,
for sure, for sure.
um, so I know playing baseball, like you and Cam would play baseball, and Kev would always be like, no golfing during the season. How much do you think one, either the golf swing messed up your baseball swing, or two, the baseball swing messed up your golf swing, if at
I
all?
mean, I was playing more golf than baseball in baseball season anyway when I played, but that's just what. Yeah, it was a little more natural for me, but it does definitely interfere with the golf swing. You play a lot of baseball, it can definitely, um, you know, get off balance, and your golf swing can, shift a little bit. But if you're practicing enough and you're hitting enough balls on the range, you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I was hitting more golf balls than baseballs during baseball season.
I believe it. I believe it. Um, so you played in high school. You played soccer, right?
Yeah, I joined the team. Yeah,
So you got
after.
soccer. You played
Yep,
basketball. You played baseball,
yep,
and you played golf. So
yep,
technically, you're a four-sport athlete in high
yep.
school.
Hmm.
Out here in Arizona, they thrive on one-sport athletes. What
Yeah.
what what do you think about that? Having played four different sports in high school.
The thing is, I've heard a lot from a lot of people saying like how you should keep your kids in multi sports because they can get burnt out pretty easily. I mean, and especially if you're like forcing on them year round, like you need a break from things at certain
Right.
times, and like being in shape for golf is like huge, and like playing in the winter basketball, like it gets me in some good running shape, and I'm good for golf in the spring. So like
Right.
there are certain things you can pull from each sport that'll help you with golf,
Yeah.
and I think playing multi sports is definitely I'd encourage that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on board with that because just of the different scenarios you get in different sports. Where
Yeah,
it's,
for
it's
sure.
it's volleyball, like you can't shank this pass or they're gonna win the game. Or
Yeah,
basketball, you're down by one, you get two free throws. Or like baseball, you gotta get that sack bunt down. Or golf, you got a 3 foot putt to win. Like there's different things where your body will react to a different each
there's
scenario,
situation.
and
Yeah,
if you get those different ones growing up and during playing different sports, when
yeah,
it
it'll
comes to
only
that
help
three
you.
foot putt, yeah, it'll that 3 foot putt to win the championship. If you made those two free throws during basketball season, you're gonna hit that
Yeah,
putt.
yeah,
It eases the mind a little bit knowing that
yeah,
you've been in this situation and the pressure's been on you before. So um,
yeah.
I,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still having a little hard time adjusting to the one sport athletes out here. Like
Yeah, that's
it's
a
it's
that's
hard, and at the same
man.
time, it's hard because there's thousands of kids in these schools, and
Yeah,
you know a volleyball player if he plays club year round, you know a
yeah,
basketball player if he's playing for the Blue Chips year round or
yeah.
whatever it is. So I feel for these kids, and like I'm on team multi-sport, and I say like if they're kind of on the edge, like I really love basketball, but it overlaps volleyball season. I tell them play basketball and then
Yeah, you gotta have
come
fun.
join later. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I don't know who I spoke with, but they're like the odds of you going somewhere in just that
yeah.
one sport, it
It's
would you actually it was Gary Sheffield Jr. So he said he only played baseball his whole life,
hmm
and he said looking back on it, he's like I don't know what playing basketball would have been like. I don't know what playing soccer, whatever it may have been. So I feel like there's more pros than cons to
hmm
playing several sports for sure.
for sure. I definitely agree.
Yeah. Um, what was your in high school? Because uh, just because I know you just crushed everything, but you had a where there we had Messina had a rival in Conant. I feel like you had a rival in Chelsea Barrett.
Yeah.
How did that kind of like an individual standpoint?
So he was in a different division than us. So my rival in Class M, Division Three, was Chris Houston,
Okay.
and he still is a great player. He's professional. He's playing in pro events, and he's a really good player. But um, I didn't think too much of it in high school, but I just knew he was right there with me,
Right.
and I never beat him in high school. Like individuals, he won, and it frustrated me, but we were always on top for the team. So I mean, that was a better way of winning, I think. And
Yeah.
um, but we're good friends, and it's good competitiveness and stuff. But I didn't really think of too much of a rivalry. Really, I just went and tried playing my best and
Yeah.
seeing how the team did. So
Yeah. For sure. Um, so you said you went to nationals, you went to all these tournaments. You went to some big tournaments though.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if it was your junior year. I think it was your junior year. You went to a real big tournament. Um,
yeah,
but how is because I've never been an individual sport player, so
hmm
not that golf's only individual because obviously the team was phenomenal. But going to those tournaments, how like are you repping Messinic? Are you repping Damon Salo? Or like how's that all work?
I mean, yeah. So I played in the U.S. Junior when I was my junior year of high school, and that was 2010, and that was out in Michigan, and Jordan Spieth was on the range, Justin Thomas was on the range, Curtis Thompson, all these big names that are on tour now were
Yeah.
on the range hitting balls near me, and I just at that time I didn't really know how good they were because I just seen them on online, see what their scores are posted and stuff. But
Right.
now that they're on tour, it's crazy to see like how much they've improved and like how good they really were as a junior.
Right, right.
And that definitely motivated me to like help me, become better and everything. But it was such a cool experience to see that and to be a part of that, and just being out there with my family and stuff. It was really cool, and
Yeah,
it's cool to carry you know a couple of names from New Hampshire, like Chris Houston's out there as well,
yeah.
and so it was cool to be a part of that tournament.
And you had your brother Cam caddy for you,
So
or
no, Curtis caddied me a couple of years ago in another USGA event
oh, okay,
out in Utah.
yeah.
He caddied me there, so yeah,
That,
it's
how's
fun to keep the family involved.
yeah? I was gonna say because I've seen them caddy for you a few times, and
Yeah,
they got the nice white vest on with Salo on the
yeah,
back, and
oh yeah,
um, so it's gotta one that's gotta feel great for you confidence wise, and two, it's like you said, like it's kind of like just playing golf with your brothers, and
yeah,
now they're just helping you read a putt or pick the
yeah,
club, or
yeah.
how's that having them as a caddy where if you were to just get placed a caddy at other tournaments?
Yeah, so I mean, my theory is like you got to be as comfortable as you can out there, and with the caddy you have. I mean, if you're as relaxed as you possibly can, and you're grooving and you're playing well, that's just the way you want it. Like you don't want to have a caddy. You don't really know. You can't really joke around. You don't really know how he is, and you just want to be comfortable out there. Honestly, whenever I have a caddy on a tournament, like if it's if it was a Stadium a couple of years ago before I was pro or any local tournament, I'll just be like, hey, just keep me, relaxed, keep me laughing, just keep me just in a good mood and like a relaxed mood. So,
Yeah,
and having Cam and Kurt on the bag, like that's exactly what they did, and I played well, and
yeah,
that's how I've always kind of been looking for a caddy, just kind of keep me relaxed.
for sure. You ever have
Yeah,
those moments where maybe they're saying, "Hey, like you should use an 8 for this. The wind's a little hard," but you're like, "No, I'm using a 9," and one of you's wrong, and you kind of butt heads a little bit, or
yeah, it's happened a couple times, and sometimes I can be a little stubborn and kind of give him a little attitude, but most of the time we kind of agree on a lot of the same things. But for a caddy, you kind of talk things over. You don't really tell them what to hit, but
yeah,
you make suggestions and stuff, and you kind of just talk it through, the pros and cons about that shot or something. So you're always chatting out there. So
yeah,
having a
for sure,
brother, it's easy to you know
yeah,
get to the conclusion.
yeah. Especially them being golfers too, and they know what
Yeah,
it's
for
like.
sure.
And
Yeah.
so Johnson and Wales down in Florida,
Hmm.
you decided to go there. Was it for the weather? Was it for the academics? Was it for just the golf team in general? Like, what made you choose Johnson and Wales?
So we knew it was a good golf program because one of the tours that was running up in New England, um, the coach was involved in that tour. So and they filtered through a lot of good players in that tour. So and the weather too, because if you're gonna be playing college golf, you really want to play year round if you want to improve a lot. Like you don't want to
Right.
be playing 4 months and sitting in a dorm for the rest of the time, or
Yeah.
traveling down south for every 2 months. But like being down there, like every day you can get better. Like
Right.
you can hit balls, you can work out outside, you can always get better. Playing year round. So it was a given, and we got in a good spot down there, and luckily we had a fantastic coach, and it's a good squad.
Now, did Cam join you your sophomore year, or because I know Cam ended up coming down with
Yep.
you, but it was after your first year?
Yeah. So he waited for a year. So when he graduated high school, he was working for my dad for a year. Then he came
Okay.
down as a freshman with me.
Okay.
So we both went down together. So
That's really cool.
yep.
That's really cool. Um, yeah, I see you guys mobbing on the little scooters and stuff, and
Yeah.
that it just seemed like a good spot for you guys at such a young age, and it gets you out of New Hampshire,
Hmm.
and kind of just experience Florida a bit, and that was really cool. But
Yeah.
what was your favorite part of golfing at the college level?
Traveling to tournaments is awesome. We traveled out all the way to California, to Oregon, Las Vegas. We were traveling everywhere, and we had a lot of good tournaments. And then we flew up to New York. We played in Boston College's tournament with St. John's and Yale and a
Oh,
bunch of
that's
the
cool.
top D1 schools. And
Yeah.
we finished well. We beat a lot of them, and traveling was so fun, and we got so close with the team and stuff. So, um, just competing and playing at a high level was so fun.
Right. Yeah, and like you said, like that was a New York tournament. You're playing all these New England colleges or just Northeast colleges in general, and that's kind of what you touched on was if you're going to play college golf, go south or
Yeah,
go west or
yeah,
somewhere where it's not snowing. And you guys are um, coming up and beating these big schools
yeah,
and most likely because you're playing year round and they're sitting half the year, you know.
yeah. Exactly. That's for
So
sure. Because we're a smaller school and they're big schools, but if we're playing year round, we're getting twice the practice in. So,
right, for sure,
yeah.
for sure. I'm sure there's gators on the courses down in Florida.
hmm
You ever have any scares down there with those?
There's a home course down in Miami. There's about a 10 to 12 foot alligator that would chill out on the bank.
Jeez,
Almost every time we'd play, it'd be out on the bank tanning. It
jeez. I
was
know.
nuts, but not we didn't get too close to it.
Yeah, I know that. I know they're pretty quick to run away from you, but there's always that
Yeah,
in the back of your
yeah,
mind, like what if?
yeah. You don't want to flirt with those guys.
Yeah, for
Those.
sure. Uh, um, favorite. What do you think your favorite course is? I know you played hundreds, but what do you think your favorite course outside of Shattuck, your home course,
Yeah.
would be?
Um. So when I worked for True Spec Golf, um, that was where I was fitting golf clubs, and we had traveled to private golf clubs around the U.S. and we would be able to play each course we were visiting. So I got to play Shinnecock, where the U.S. Open was
Okay.
last year,
Yeah.
and I got to play that, and it was just overwhelming. Like how hard it was, how windy it was, the conditions. It was phenomenal. It
Yeah.
was one of the coolest experiences ever.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
Um.
over in Sag Harbor, I believe, Sag Harbor, New York.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like any course you play with the PGA is playing is
Yeah.
gonna be top
It's
notch.
it's legit. Yeah.
Yeah. I know me and Jay Mill played TPC Scottsdale, and that was
Nice. Nice.
wild. So,
That's a good
but
track.
yeah, for sure. I know you guys make a few trips out to Arizona and play. You play up at or you played up at like Trilogy. I know you guys played
hmm
a lot of other courses, but what do you think of Arizona courses? Just with the scenery itself.
It's the scenery. I mean, the air is so dry too down there. So I mean, the ball travels a lot farther than Miami or New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, in Florida, compare like Florida golf and Arizona golf, it's completely different. Like the grass, the elevation changes, the certain amount of water, the sand, everything's completely different.
Yeah.
So I mean, Arizona golf is some of the best golf in the United States for
Yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
Out
agree.
west, yeah, it's condition wise. I mean, people out there are great. You're gonna get the hospitality. You're gonna get all that good stuff. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I'd say Arizona golf is some of the best golf in the
Yeah.
states.
Yeah. It's there's some beautiful courses out here, and some of them I can't play because a lot of them are shaped up where it's just the fairways, and if you're not in the
Yeah,
fairway, you're in the mountain
yeah,
in the desert. And
yeah.
I played one course up near Trilogy. It's called Weekapa, and
I played there.
okay, see, so
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about. Then with the fairways, it's kind
yeah,
of chiseled out.
yeah,
If I could hit a ball straight, I'd go back. But I don't I don't see myself going back unless I get like 100 balls for like $2.
yeah.
I lost so many balls that day. But it's a beautiful course though, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Um,
nice.
so 2018, 2 years ago, you decided to turn pro. What does that do for you? And like just because you've been working so hard your whole life at golf, you're your family loves golf, our community itself loves golf, and what does that kind of do for you and make you feel, I guess, that you were able to do that?
I mean, I always wanted to turn professional at one point, and um, I played a lot of amateur golf, and I played in a few big USGA events and a few big amateur events. But I wanted to see how I'd handle playing for money and
Yeah.
playing for a living. So like, it's definitely a grind, and it's definitely a different mindset when you're playing for money, and it adds a little bit of weird, different pressure. So,
Right.
um, but like now, like I don't really see myself going back to amateur because like if I'm playing well and I'm playing, a little more golf, and I'm feeling good, and I go play well, and say the Mass Open or New Hampshire Open, I win or top three, you make it's a good paycheck.
Yeah.
And if you're playing well and you qualify for a few big events, you can, they have Monday qualifiers for the tour. So like
Right.
if you're a pro and, you make a Monday qualifier, you're in a tour event and you can make some serious cash, and playing in more pro events, you're just going to get more experience and, you know, more comfortable with playing for money.
For sure. So those are you have to just win. You got to win events to get to that, though, right? To get to that Monday qualifier.
Well, there's a Q school, it's a qualifying school that you have to do, and there's 3 stages to it.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of money to get there, and you only get one shot at it. If you sign up and if you don't play well, you're not. That's it. So, but Monday qualifiers, you do a pre-qualifier. That's 18 holes, and that qualifies you for the Monday qualifier, and that's
Okay.
18 holes. And
Okay.
if you make that, you're in a tour event.
Oh wow.
So
Well.
there's a lot of ways to get into playing professional, and there's a lot of different ways you can kind of strategize your way into it, but it takes a lot of money. But if you're playing well and you're feeling confident enough to really do it, it's you can definitely make some money and playing some big events.
Yeah, for sure. Which brother you choosing to caddy you for those events?
I can't say that. I don't know if any of them are live, but I'd probably say Cam. I mean, he's a good guy to have on the bag.
Sorry, hey Kurt, you got a kid. That's why. That's the only reason.
That's
For sure.
awesome.
Well, yeah, man, that's sweet. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And next time you're out in Arizona, let's get together and
Absolutely.
get some dinner or something. And not golf. We'll go top golf maybe because I don't want
keep
I
it
don't
fun.
want
Yeah.
yeah I don't want to drag you down.
All right.
But
Perfect.
hey, good talking to you though. Again, thank you for joining the
Absolutely.
show, and
Thank
we'll
you.
talk soon, man. So hey guys, once again, my name's Tyler Milbert here with Damon Salo, and this is Inside the Mind of an Athlete. All
Awesome.
right,
Thank
take
you.
care, D.
Yeah. All righty.